All right. So what's going on, guys? This is Buzz Talk Sports with our 2023 free agents. So mine is Lamar Jackson going to the Saints. That's my hot take. It was on the last podcast, The Fade. I just want to hear your thoughts on where Lamar's going. Luke, let's go with you.
I don't see Lamar being a Raven next year. I see him going to the Jets or a little bit of a rundown, maybe Miami. So I think Lamar's going to go and seek big money. I think the Ravens kind of screwed him over. So that's my take with Lamar. Lamar's a top QB in this league, and he deserves that money. Leith?
Yeah, I think Lamar, he definitely deserves the money, and I don't see the Ravens paying him. No, I don't think there's any trust between them two, Lamar and the front office. I could see him going to the Jets. I could see him going to Miami. That would be nasty if he went to Miami. That offense would be crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of question marks for Lamar this offseason. I guess we'll see where he lands.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really tricky situation with what he's in. I mean, rumors are that he's not even really like that injured right now. He's just basically like it's almost like a mid-year opt-out. Like he's just playing the injury off, but because he's like he doesn't want to risk, not getting that big contract and Baltimore won't give it to him. So I think Baltimore and them are kind of like just not at the same page. But I mean, we have seen organizations and players not be on the same page, and then over the offseason they figure it out. Like, I mean, in basketball, the Nets and KD and Kyrie and all, they were all going everywhere over the offseason, and then next thing you know, they figured it out. They like talked about it. Now look at them. They're, the number 2 seed in the East. So like, I don't think that you could rule him out of Baltimore, but I mean, I see him going somewhere else. I mean, there's so many different destinations for him. I'm just gonna wait and see. I can't really even come up with a good prediction for him.
I definitely think he's not playing in Baltimore next year, dude. I feel like he feels like he's been lowballed, man. You know what I mean? Like they didn't give him his extension when he deserved it. He has an MVP under his belt in 2019. He's one of the most, I guess you would say, explosive quarterbacks in the NFL. And he's definitely not playing in Baltimore next year. There's no way. Like I said on the Fade when we just shot that, I really do think that he's going to end up either him or Derek Carr is going to end up on the Jets. If they sign Carr, they're going to take like a little, not a money risk on him because I don't think he's worth that much money. But if they sign Lamar, dude, he's getting paid. They'll take a massive shot at Lamar, dude. They'll offer him big money, and he'll be playing in New York, dude. It's a nice city to play in. They have weapons. I can 100% see it. Also, Miami too.
Luke, let's hear your thoughts or your free agent.
I'm going my thing, Saquon. I think Saquon needs to stay in New York. I don't think he needs to, but I think there's also that if he goes out. I know Ethan likes Saquon a lot, Penn State alum. I think the background. I think Saquon ends up staying in New York, whether they franchise tag him or not. But he's due for a big contract.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's no way that the Giants let go of Saquon. They drafted him number 2 overall. He's been through 2 major injuries, and he's still right there. They have no doubts about his future there. I just hope that for him, he can stay healthy. That's my only hope. I'm sure that's the Giants' only hope. I could see them building around him more than building around Daniel Jones.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I could see them re-signing him, and I could really see the same scenario with like Christian McCaffrey, where like they re-sign him, and then like say it's a 4-year deal. Maybe after a year or two, it could be like mid-season, and say the Giants have a lost season where they're like basically done for already, and it's about the trade deadline. I could see him just shipping him off then to get rid of the rest of his contract, but I don't think they're planning on having him for another 6 years, 8 years. Most teams aren't, besides the Dallas Cowboys for some unknown reason, wants running backs for 10 years. But so, I mean, I do think he'll stay with the Giants, but I think he'll be gone sooner rather than later.
I Definitely think he will stay with the Giants, dude, for sure. I just think it would be stupid not to try to work with Saquon, to be honest. Like Ethan said, I could see them building around him more than Daniel Jones. I just don't think Daniel Jones is it. They think he's some type of dog. I personally don't. And when you draft a running back at number 2 overall, you're obviously committed to him, dude. You don't see running backs going number 2 overall, like when quarterbacks and stud defensive players go. You know what I mean? You don't see that often. That last people that you see going like that was like probably Zeke, honestly. And it would be stupid to get rid of Saquon. Honestly, he's a phenomenal talent. You do not see people that play football like Saquon Barkley.
I'm going to keep my opinions short and sweet. So Giants need to pay Saquon a lot of money. That's that.
He's their
Definitely.
guy. He is their guy.
Yeah.
He is, dude.
Eve, let's hear your free agent.
Yeah, I'll go with my free agent. I'm going with James Bradbury. He's, some people, he's been the Eagles' best cornerback. Darius Slay, he's great and everything. He's a top 10 cornerback in the league. But in the past couple weeks, you've seen him, get burnt in coverage, slip up, not making tackles. James Bradbury, he's been there the whole season. His coverage has been great. So it's as an Eagles fan, it's kind of scary to think what they might do with him. So I guess we'll find out.
Is Slay under contract?
Yeah, he's the second highest paid corner in the NFL, $17 million a year.
Through next year.
And like, they got to start thinking how much they're going to pay Jalen. So, I mean, you got to start thinking, where am I saving money at? And if you're already paying one top corner, I mean, I honestly think I could see him getting shipped out. I mean, you got to start saving money. You could draft a corner and have him as your number 2 corner. As long as you have one good corner, the other one just needs to be, average or above average, and you're okay. So, I mean, if I was Philly, I'd ship him away, but I think that's what they would do.
All right, so this might be an interesting one. He's not my top free agent, but as a Philly fan, I'm going to go with Javon Hargrave, man. He's been a major impact in Philadelphia, dude. He's going to be 30 in the offseason. Since 2020, dude, he's averaged a 92.2 pass rush grade. He's only behind Aaron Donald and Chris Jones. An 18.8 pass rusher win rating, which is incredible. It pretty much seems like he'll do whatever you ask him to do, man, honestly. Like, he's good, and I would love to see him play in Philly next year.
It really depends on how much money they're willing to let go of for like.
Yeah, it really does. That's what sucks too, because it's like, is he even worth paying him a ton of money? You know what I mean? You can't this year.
Yeah.
Like
So
Dylan said,
really
you got to
do
think
think
about
it depends on
Jalen.
that. Yeah.
Right. I would love to see him back though.
Well, Hargrave, he's definitely worth the money that he'll be getting. He's played great the past 2 years, really.
He's great. Yeah, since 2020, he's been great.
The Eagles, they have so many free agents. They have so many question marks on who's going to get paid, who's not going to get paid. It's tough, and I guess we'll see what they're going to do.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's iffy to say.
Yeah, because I mean, as the best record in football, every player deserves to get paid. You know what I mean? Like, they have a great team all around. All their players are great. So it's tough to say who's going to get paid and who's not.
I mean,
Hargrave's also 30. Go ahead.
That's what I said. Yeah, he's also going to be 30 going into the offseason. So
Go ahead.
My free agency guy is the man, the playmaker, Tony Pollard. Playmaker TP. I mean, I'll go last. I want to see what you guys got to say. So let's just jump over. Lori, you can take this one.
you're talking about the running back that doesn't play every down, right? That's apparently some stud. Because I do believe that Tony Pollard's good, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't play every down for a reason. You know what I mean? I think he has his moments and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, but people like compare him to Miles Sanders and stuff like that. I think I would put him just below Miles Sanders. But yeah, I definitely don't see him playing in Dallas next year just because of the year that he's had. He's been definitely the best year of his career.
Dylan, this is my question for you. Do you think it was a mistake paying Zeke all that money? when
Oh,
you have the Pollard in the back as well.
Yeah, I mean, when they paid Zeke, I don't even know if they had Pollard.
No,
yet.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think they had Pollard.
No.
If they did, he was a rookie, and it was like he was a receiver in college, so they basically had no clue that he was going to be anything in the
Do
backfield.
you think they regret it though?
No, Jerry Jones loves it. Jerry Jones is anything to make him money, you know. Like Zeke's a big name. He loves to have that running back. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, Zeke is like Jerry Jones is Emmitt Smith. I mean, obviously Zeke's not as good as Emmitt, but it's like he wants to like relive those days, and that's what he's running with Zeke. Zeke's going to be there. I think Zeke's going to be there for the next 5 or 6 years. I think he's going to get another contract. It's not going to be like heavy like it's been, but I think he's going to stay there and keep splitting with someone. He's going to be a split back the rest of his career.
With Paul, I
Lagging a little bit.
have a lot of respect for Tony Pollard. I think that he showed up when it was to where, Zeke's the guy. Tony Pollard, I think, is the next one that can come and step into this organization and be the number one back. I think he's very proven, even when Zeke is out, that he can go and do what he is set to do. My opinion, and that's just my opinion, I like Tony Pollard. I drafted him in fantasy. He can do it all. My thing is, all right, now I'm going to go a little bit south of Tony Pollard. Well, sort of, but Eagles Nation were hoping, all right, well, we're going to get this guy. Josh Jacobs is a free agent. What do we think? I think this was his best year of his career.
For the Eagles?
Yeah, no. Like I was saying that in this regular season, the Eagles are like, we're going to get Jacobs next season.
If they're having trouble, they're talking about not wanting to pay Sanders, though. So why would you pay Josh Jacobs even more?
No. I'm not saying with him coming to Philly. I'm saying, is Josh Jacobs a running back that's going to go and obviously, I think he's going to go and produce big money.
I think he's a beast, dude. Honestly, I mean, he's leading the league in rushing for a reason. I mean, he's not doing it with the line. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Miles Sanders is doing it with this great line. Josh Jacobs has nobody. You know what I mean? And he has over 1,600 rushing yards. That's good, dude. He's going into a massive contract here.
Coming under it. I just want everyone's opinion right now. We know Derek Carr's leaving, obviously, but we have Baker Mayfield with the Rams. Is he a starter somewhere in this league now, being a free agent after this year, or are the Rams bringing him back?
I think he could be a starter. He just has to find the right situation for him. I mean, his first 2 years in Cleveland, he was playing great football. Honestly, I mean, he had a great team around him, but he was playing great football. I think with the right situation, he could find a starting gig somewhere.
Come back up, Dak Prescott. I will take Baker every single day of the week.
Jesus Christ.
You know, because Cooper Rush is gone. He's after this year. I mean, he's not going to be a starter somewhere, but he's going to want the higher up paid backup quarterbacks, and Dallas never pays backup quarterbacks. So they'll let him go, and they're just going to, get a cheap quarterback in the free agency. So give me Baker. He fits right in with the Cowboys culture.
There's no way Baker goes and he just settles down for a backup job.
No, I don't think he's gonna, but as a Cowboys fan, I'd take him.
He's going to start. Now, this is a team that loves broken quarterbacks, the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
Baker's going to start in Washington next year. Either that or he's going to be a backup there to Heineke.
See, you know what I think's going to happen? I think, and you might not agree with me here, but I think that Baker Mayfield might end up being a New York Giant. And I say that because I don't think that Daniel Jones is the answer. I feel like they might bring somebody like that, maybe like Baker or Gardner in or somebody like that to compete with Daniel Jones in the offseason. Who's the better quarterback there? You know what I mean? Pay Saquon or franchise tag him, and you just move on from there.
So he's
And
coming
what-
to the NFC East, is what we're saying.
I think so, dude.
He's coming to the NFC
I think
East.
so.
And we'll wrap that up with our free agency picks, and stay tuned in for more Buzz Talk Sports. Thank you for viewing. Boom. Hit that right at